All right. Good morning, Sheri. How are you?
Very good, Lauren. How are you?
Good. Thanks for meeting with me this morning. I appreciate
Sure, of
it.
course.
Um, so we did, of course, chat before this call. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what you've done throughout your work history. So let's start back a little bit with Allstate. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about what you did there in your position.
Well, I came on board shortly after I actually got my life license, my insurance license. After I graduated from college, got my paralegal, I started working with an insurance company as their underwriting liaison. And then shortly after that, I developed a rapport with some of the largest producing Allstate agents in the state, actually in the region, which included Indiana. And they suggested that somebody with my skill set, that they would need somebody with my skill set at Allstate, working in compliance, working in underwriting, training the agents, working with I directly reported to the vice president of the region, the regional office there in Michigan at the time. But I traveled. I spent the majority of my time, probably 85% of my time, traveling, overseeing, and managing their underwriting department, which was in Lincolnshire, Illinois. And it was my job to train them on risk management and to work with them and make sure that all of their applications and the process was tightened up. A lot of our agents were not in the habit of getting repeat business. So that's where the risk management training came in. I went around and I trained all of their agents in both states. And at that time, there was just about an Allstate office on every corner. So I trained the agents in risk management after working with underwriting and seeing where the gaps were and seeing what the agents were missing as far as being able to produce repeat business. So I was responsible for training the agents, managing them, working cross-functionally across all the different areas, underwriting, claims, finance, and primarily with the regional managers, reporting to them on the performance of the agent and their business and what they were writing as far as business goes. So I was responsible for agent management, compliance, and for risk management during the course of the 10 years that I was there.
Okay. So kind of similar when you went into network health plan in the Infinity health system, you were again a regulatory compliance manager. So correct. Were there any differences between that position and then with Allstate? Of course, the industry is different, but were the duties pretty much the same?
Well, the industry, they were both settled in insurance. They're both insurance companies. So I did oversee compliance management and agent management at both companies, working directly with the legislators and auditors and assessors as far as preparing the company for audits and assessments and making sure that our HIPAA compliance was in place. I built that up with our the commercial insurance end and the Medicare end of it, training agents, putting together a compliance program, training all of the staff, upper management. I was on the compliance committee as well, reporting to the board and working with all the department heads as far as writing policies and procedures, submitting regulatory filings, working with customer service and claims, making sure that their policies and procedures in place, training, doing any necessary training, and working with, again, state auditors and legislators as far as our market context exams and our state audits. When I was there, I was the only one in the state after the Healthcare Reform Act, aka Obamacare, was implemented. I was the only one in the state with zero findings after that audit.
Wow.
So I was real busy. I also worked directly with our CIO, our Chief Information Security Officer, and we developed a new network, a new compliance platform for gathering evidence, and that networked across the company for inputting any data collection for all the different departments: underwriting, finance, claims, customer service, commercial, Medicare. I was the sole subject matter expert for the system. I was the only one that could edit it or update it, or I was responsible primarily for overseeing that as well. So managing agent management, again, in compliance, and working with the compliance committee.
Okay.
I was in charge of all of that, and again, training.
Okay.
I can get more detailed if you want me to.
No, you're good. Lots
Okay.
of detail there, so no problem there. Okay. And then most recently, with 86 Borders LLC. So you were
Yeah.
director of risk. So
Correct.
talk to me a little bit about that.
I'm still working there, but the hours have been cut back after Hurricane Ian went through Naples, Florida. We were devastated. Our main site, our security site, where we have all our hardware and equipment, that was badly damaged by flooding. And a lot of people were laid off. My hours were cut back, and that's why I'm looking for full-time work. And that's why, I mean, I can work anywhere, work remotely with the position that I have. And I mean, my hours are pretty much my own. So any job that I get now, that's going to be what I'm doing now, is going to supplement that. I'm looking for full-time work, and I may or may not stay on. I don't know. I mean, right now I'm working about 10 or 12 hours a week. And honestly, I'm a night person, so I work at night, and that suffices. I work with a Russian team and an American team as, again, the subject matter expert for compliance. We provide tech solutions to the healthcare industry. And what that means is, let's say your mother, my mother, a family member is bedridden. They're at home. They can't travel to their doctor's offices. We contract nurses, physician's assistants to go and care for, anybody that can't travel. We provide that equipment, the technology that enables them to do their job in a home environment as opposed to a hospital environment. So we provide that technology. And I'm responsible for putting together our HIPAA high trust programs and obtaining those certifications, including high tech, and just basically risk mitigation for any PHI, any personal, data. I'm responsible for that. The DevOps team in Russia reports to me. I work directly with the vice president and the CEO and the CTO, Chief Technology Officer. And I was initially brought on to bring them through to get their high trust certification. Evidently, for 2 years prior to me coming on board, they were trying to do that themselves, but they did not have a compliance program in place or a compliance expert on staff. So they brought me on, and they gave me 6 months to do it. And we did. Shortly after that, I was responsible for updating their business continuity plan, updating their HIPAA program, and working within their the NIST frameworks, and just basically managing security, governance, and risk in a compliance for the company in that capacity.
Okay.
As a technology company.
You're a busy lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.